Wave. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're so excited that you're here. And we are going to get started right away. But before we get started, I have a question to ask you all. All right. How many of you use social media as your main stream of selling and booking parties and recruiting for your Tupperware business? Give us a 1 in the comments. All right. Question number 2. All right. You guys are loving this, aren't you? All right. Question number 2. How many of you right now feel a little stuck? Maybe you feel like you've run out of leads. Maybe you're having a hard time getting parties, maybe some orders or recruits. Give us a 2 in the comments. Awesome. So if you answered 1 or 2 to either one of those questions, then you're at the right place. All right. So this training is for you tonight. So I recommend grabbing your paper and pen. It's going to be amazing, or maybe your smartphone to take notes. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask us at the end. All right. So we are going to get started. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jessica Gordon, and I'm director with Extreme Stars. And with me, I have
Amy Gardner, and I am director with the Dreamcatchers. So I just want to say real quick, I'm excited to be here with y'all as well. And so we're going to go ahead and go back to Jessica and then for some good, some good note taken. Or you guys have to take some good notes. All right, go ahead, Jess.
All right. So yeah, there will be a replay as well. So grab your paper and pen, and we are going to get started. So I want to share with you all something. There are 5 golden rules that you never want to break. All right. Especially for us selling on social media, but this can be anywhere, any platform, any way that you're selling. I'm going to remove you for a minute. Is that okay? I don't know what happened. Hold on. I think because I was pinned. Sorry about that. All right. So I'm going to give you guys 5 golden rules to never break. All right. So number 1, and this is something that is going to help you all do something that's going to be very, very powerful for your business. Okay. So, maybe right now you've gone through all your friends and family, right? Most likely, pretty much probably at this point. Or even you may not have friends and family who support your business, right? So this is good for you too. But the biggest thing that I've noticed now with social media, it's totally has changed from when I started 12 years ago. Okay. So every year, every few months, I feel like how we sell on social media changes. All right. So tonight, what I'm going to do is give you 5 golden rules, though, to never break, no matter what. All right. No matter what's working and what's not working, you never want to break these 5 rules. All right. So number 1 is always interact and engage with your followers. Okay. So what do I mean by that? Anytime, guys, it doesn't even have to be business related. All right. What you want to do is you're building relationships. You want to build that trust, and know factor with all your followers. Okay. And this is going to create a relationship, and they're going to start, building that relationship with you. All right. So anytime anybody comments or likes any of your content, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to like their comment. All right. You are going to write these down. You're going to like their comments. There's a formula. Like their comment. Anytime anybody comments on any of your stuff, tag them. Now, when you tag them, when you're replying to them, you kind of want to back it up so it's just their first name. All right. Just like if you were talking to them face to face, you wouldn't say their full name, would you? You would say, Amy. And then you're going to ask them a question. All right. So for instance, if I said, do you like coffee or tea? Right? And somebody puts in the comment, I love coffee. I'll be like, yay. So Amy, do you like it? Do you like it black, or do you like to add cream to it? Or what flavor do you like? So you're going to keep that conversation going, but you don't want it to go on forever. Like, one question is enough, and then, liking their comment back. All right. So that's number 1. So always interact and engage with your followers. All right. And I also recommend if they're following you and you haven't followed them back yet, I recommend following them. All right. And this is what's going to happen. Facebook or any social media, when that interaction starts happening, they're going to start pushing your content, guys. It is crazy. They're going to get more views. It's going to show up in there. If you're on TikTok, there are For You FYP page, or even for Facebook, it's your news feed. So they're going to push your content because it's getting interaction, and they want to make sure other people see it. Okay. So I would recommend following them as well, and then commenting and liking and doing the same thing to their post. Okay. So we're building relationships. All right. So number 2, this is number 2. Post original content that is unique and created by you. Okay, this is not really new. You've heard us share this with you guys before, but guess what? Copy and paste is out. All right, right now that is out. Facebook will flag you. They will put you in Facebook jail. If you don't know what Facebook jail is, it could be like limited commenting, limited posts, limiting your private messaging of how many people or who you invite to groups, so they can really start limiting what you can do. All right, so we definitely don't want to use the copy and paste. It needs to be in your voice. And we've shared with you guys before the Chat GPT, right? So you can ask it, hey, what's another way I can say this in my voice, or make it funny, or, you know, however however you are. Like a lot of times I say, you know, I like a little bit of funny, you know, questions at the end or whatever, and I may ask them to add that to the end of this post, and they'll do that. It's amazing. All right, but the more you use it, the more it's going to get to know you, and it's going to flow very easily with ChatGPT as well. Okay. And then also I want to share with you, this also goes in number 2 with branding. All right. And then here, I know some of you have already signed up, but Eric Worre is doing a branding, and I'm not going to go in a lot of detail about branding because I highly recommend joining this. It's totally free. I'm going to post a link for you all to join, but it's November 11th through the 13th, and he's going to be talking about branding yourself. And that's really important. How are you going to stand out from the other Tupperware sellers, right? What makes you different? All right, so that is going to be amazing, and I highly recommend marking your calendar now for November 11th to 13th, and I will definitely share that link so you guys can sign up for that. All right, and it's totally free. All right, so number 3, don't be salesy or spammy, which you've heard us say that too, right? So you definitely want to be adding value to your content. If you're always posting just the sales with numbers and, you know, or I need this much in sales, or, you know, things like that, or book a party with me, or private messaging that to people, Facebook is going to flag you once again and say that you're very salesy and you're spammy. So what we recommend is the 80-20 rule. So you want 80% value, stuff that doesn't talk about sales or anything, and only 20% of that coming from sales. All right. So an example of this could be like when you're cooking in your kitchen, guys, or if you're making something. If you go to Amy's and I's Facebook pages, you can see that we do lots of reels and posts, okay? And I'm using product, all right? So that's what don't be salesy or spammy is, using your product, sharing it, and asking them a question like, what's your go-to dinner menu for a busy night? Or what do you go, you know, something like that, and just ask them a question and then show them what you're making, all right, with your Tupperware products. And you don't have to tell them it's Tupperware, all right? And number 4 is track your results. Now, know what's working and know what's not working. All right, so tracking your results. What I mean by this is every week, what I do is I evaluate what's working and what's not working on my social media. And how I do that is what's getting the most views. If you go to your Facebook profile, you can see how many views you're getting, how many comments you're getting, and what's working. All right, so some people, it may be videos. Some people, it may be posts. Some people, you know, it totally depends on who your followers are. And it's really, really important, guys, to learn who your followers are. So if you're not getting comments and you're not getting shares, maybe you're not posting the content they want to see. So it's really important to evaluate that and what you're posting, what they're liking, and then continue doing that. All right. And then number 5 is embrace change and new strategies. So this may be a big change for you, right? So you really need to embrace it and try it out and see what happens. And I'm pretty sure Amy and I would love to hear what your results will be. So, all right, so now we will go over and talk with Amy, and she's going to share with you guys another way to get that, like, know, and trust factor. All right, so take it away, Amy.
Awesome. Thanks, Jess. Yay. All right. So another way for them to get to know you is what's better than a live video, right? And I'm going to give you some tips on how to make your lives epic. Who wants to make their lives epic? Who goes live? First of all, who here goes live? No. Oh, all right. Well, make sure you're taking some notes because I got some really good tips for you on going live. All right. And number 1 thing that you want to do is increase your views, right, on your live. And to do this, what did Jessica do today? for example, when we started this video, what was the first thing that she did? She asked a question, right? She asked you two questions, actually. And if you notice, whenever we go live on our cooking show, what's the first thing she does? She asks questions. So that's the number one. That's the first thing you guys are going to do is you're going to ask a question. Now make that, you can make it a like a this or that question, or and just anything easy, right? That's going along with what you are going live about, whether it is a recipe, or maybe it's just information about a product. Did you know? All right. Did you knows are really good too. So but ask that question, and that will help get them engaged. And then introduce yourself. All right. So make sure that you are introducing who you are. So, like we always do, we always introduce ourselves, right? And it's funny because even when I go live with my kiddos, I'm like, I'm Amy Gardner, and this is, and then I have them introduce themselves. Now, sometimes I would do it, but most of the time I would have my kids say who they are, because that is actually really good. A really good lesson for them to learn to introduce themselves whenever they are um, meeting someone new, right? And acknowledge the people when they come on. So now, if you are on a Zoom and you're Zooming live, that's a little bit different. You'll have to have at least two things. Like you'll have to have your computer or your laptop or whatever it is that you're going live on, um, if you're using the Zoom, and then have uh, another device to talk to the people. All right. But if you're just going live from your phone, it's really easy just to say hi to those that are hopping on. You can see so and so. Jessica is viewing right now, or Jessica is on right now. So say, hey, Jessica, welcome, and let her know what you're doing. In case you didn't know, this is what I'm doing. So, and make eye contact. So that is something that's really important. When you are talking with somebody, um, just face to face, you make eye contact, right? Like that's what they always teach you to do, is to make eye contact. Look me in the eye, right? So look at the camera and talk to the camera so that they can learn you. They can meet you. And that is part of um the trust and like and know, right? That Jessica was talking about. And also create value in your video. So what is your value? Whether it is information on something new that we have, maybe some benefits of what we have, or just having that recipe. All right. And having given them the recipe, a new recipe. So that is all about how to increase your views. Now, next is you're going to um, how to do it. Okay, this word is a little hard for me to say. I don't know why. Strategically, did I get it? I don't know why I have issues with words, but sometimes I do, and that's one of them. All right, so this is something that you want to make sure that like you are inviting friends, okay? So you're inviting them 15 minutes beforehand and you're sending out messages, whether it is a text or a message on Messenger, just maybe even if you maybe if you talk to them in person or talk to them on the phone, give them a call, be like, hey, I'm going live. Make sure you hop on, right? Um, and also reply, like Jessica was saying, to all the comments. Even when you are done going live, all right, and you can go back after the live is done and reply to those comments that are in your stream, because it will help boost your live, boost your video. All right. And something that I actually did a few years ago, and I'm going to go back to, just because when people are hopping on, they don't always know exactly what we're doing, right? So if you have like a little whiteboard or a little something behind you saying what it is that, like, if you have a recipe or making a recipe, write it down on that board or have it written out somewhere. And you can also go a little bit further and have like the main pieces that you're going to be used, like featuring. So like maybe it is a popcorn featuring the Wow Pop, right? Or the cold brew feature, or the what, well, honey honey cinnamon ice latte featuring the cold brew, the Tupperware cold brew. All right. So you could do something like that. And then they won't be like, well, what is she doing? Maybe that'll stop the scroll and they will come in and they will watch that video, because chances are it'll be in their news feed and then they'll be like, I don't know what she's doing. So they'll just move on. And the third thing is, for having an epic live, is if you are scared of going live, this is going to help you overcome your fear, right? Let go of that perfection. You don't have to be perfect. I'm not perfect. Just the last recipe, if you didn't notice, I didn't have any milk. It called for milk. I forgot my milk, and I didn't even have any in my refrigerator. However, I did have a milk product. So it like it was okay to be using something different, but improvise, all right? And let people know, hey, I'm real, just like you, right? And sometimes we forget things, and sometimes we drop things, and sometimes it doesn't go exactly how we planned, but that's okay. So just get out there and do it and have fun. And you can even say, this is my first live, or I am testing this. Will and before you even do it, you could be like, hey, I need to practice going live. Will you be one of my guinea pigs and like join me while I'm live? All right. So like have them help you. Have them help you conquer your fears, because you can do it. And like Jessica said, be consistent on doing stuff like this, and you'll have those people interacting more. You'll have more people coming towards you, and you could date some parties from using that, right? So, all right, Jessica, I think back to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy. So if you found value with this, give us a 3 in the comments. And then we have something very special for you guys. So yes, like Amy said, being consistent builds up that rapport, right? So it builds up that like, trust, and know factor. So awesome. Awesome. All right. So we have a special challenge for you all. Right? So here's a challenge. As you all know, that Amy and I go live on our public cooking page. It's for Dream Catchers and Extreme Stars. And we are going to challenge you all to invite at least 5 adult guests tomorrow night. We're doing Halloween crack. It's going to be so much fun. Invite 5 guests tomorrow night for a gift. And then after they join and they participate, like we said, we recommend liking, commenting, asking them a question, be present, get to know them. And then afterwards, the next challenge is messaging them in private message and asking them what they liked best. And when you have that conversation and private message, usually you can like that will turn into another lead for you, whether it's a sale to a product, maybe a party, maybe their wish list is growing, maybe they want that chopper, or what are you using tomorrow night?
I think the silicone the silicone form, and I believe the stack cooker.
Yeah, so we know there's several ways that they can get their stack cooker, right? You could always give them that choice. They can purchase it at the sale price, or why not try to get it free or half off? Which one would you rather, which option would you choose? All right, so you're just asking them questions, all right? And that's gonna lead into future parties, bookings, recruits, and sales, all right? So we hope you all enjoy this, and we will see you then tomorrow night, right, Amy? I
Yes.
think that's it, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, everyone, have a great night.